Hello, welcome back to On the Front Row. This is episode 5 now, and gonna go over the Chinese Grand Prix. I'm Harry.
And I'm Archie, and today we're a man short of a trio. The Three Musketeers have lost a man, but we
Disgraceful.
power on, don't we, Harry?
We do indeed. Tom is off gallivanting in Thailand. Supposed to be for 3 weeks, but he may die out there because he's not got very good
Yeah,
street smarts, has he?
yeah, and he skipped on the jabs as well, so he might come back with like typhoid or something. Who
Yeah,
knows?
wouldn't surprise me.
But who needs him?
Exactly.
The important two are here.
Exactly. The one that makes the controversial remarks and the one that goes on ridiculous rants that are sometimes funny.
They're both me.
I think I make the outrageous comments. The predictions video, for instance.
Yeah, but you're not actually that far off that by the looks of it. I don't know. There's still time for it to turn around.
Yeah, but Hamilton ain't winning that championship, mate. Not a chance.
No, no way.
Anyway, where were we? Yeah, so China's Grand Prix happened, well, today as of recording, or yesterday when the podcast comes out. Sprint weekend, first of 5, I believe it is.
Is it 5 this year?
Yeah, I think we've got Miami, I want to say Belgium, Qatar, and Brazil.
Christ. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll go briefly over the sprint race because, to be honest, I don't really care about it. It's a bit pointless.
Yeah, we're not a fan of the sprint format.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. It's an extra race. It's an extra bit of entertainment, isn't it? Instead of like 2 hour practice sessions, you get a bit more entertainment out of it. But I think especially for the 6 rookies we've got this year, missing out on a practice session at a track that realistically hasn't been on the calendar. Well, it was what it came back last year, and before that hadn't been on since before 2020. So to only have one practice session it's not really enough for him.
Yeah, but it's Formula One, mate.
Exactly. It is an entertainment before it was a sport, unfortunately now. But yeah, anyway, so it was well, Hamilton on pole and a Hamilton win. It was the
Yeah,
first of hopefully a few wins he gets this season.
yeah, he set the fastest lap on record there,
Uh,
didn't he?
And
How long did that last? 24 hours?
yep, and then Piastri blew it out the water in the main qualifying.
Yeah,
But no, I did watch the sprint race. I didn't get up for it. I just woke up at 2:30 because my sleep schedule's shit. Um, yeah, it was all right. It was a decent race. Hamilton controlled it really well. Obviously, there's massive tire degradation at China,
hmm
so everyone at the end was kind of slowing down, trying to keep those tires in a good enough window to actually be able to stay on the track. Um, yeah, it was Hamilton Verstappen for most of the race, and Piastri put in a nice clean little move at the end to get second. But other than that, not much
Oh,
really happened apart from
you,
Norris. Norris fell off.
yeah, Yuki got points.
He did. He came fifth,
Yeah, not a
I
bad
think.
result.
Yeah, so decent.
Where did Lawson come?
Uh, uh, not in the points. Put it that way.
Hmm, funny that.
Yeah, we'll come on to old Lawson and Yuki a bit later on. But why don't we go into the actual race, the one that really counts, the one that really matters.
Yeah, the
Do you
real,
wanna
the real
do you wanna start
highlight of
off
the
with
week.
anything?
Well, I mean, we've already mildly touched on it. Piastri new lap record, which I think is
Yep.
quite promising for his career and essentially the year.
Yeah,
I
I think
say
it's gonna be.
his strong suit last year was more in the race, and
Mm.
he'd always sort of get outdone by Norris in the qualies. But I don't know. Hopefully, this year is he sort of met him on that as well.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think it's going to be a very good battle between those two this season because it seems obviously Norris had the pace. Arguably, yeah, okay, it was a wet race in Australia, but Norris had the pace there. Piastri's got the pace here. It's going to go either way. at all races. I just think
Mhm.
Piastri's tyre management is a lot better than Norris's, which is why he won this race, because China is all about managing those tyres. Getting that one stop is difficult around there, and Piastri just managed to do it better.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, yeah,
He's been good. He's always been good at that. He was good at that
exactly.
last year.
Yeah,
Time
yeah,
management.
he's a tyre management merchant.
A
I
bit
mean,
like Albon.
Lando, yeah, Lando did have some troubles near the end. His brake pedal was failing him.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, yeah, his brake power was fine, but they called it like it was going long, so I think you had to press it down more
Yeah, you
than he
said that was
usually
about
would
half. It was like half a millimeter per
every
lap.
lap. Yeah, so by the end of the race, he was basically having to put his foot to the floor to actually get the brakes going, which obviously for an F1 driver is quite concerning.
Oh yeah, I mean, speaking
Uh,
of brakes, Fernando Alonso lost his about 5 laps in.
yeah, as I was watching it, I saw someone on the team radio. I can't remember who it was. Who's behind him was like, Alonso's brakes are on fire.
That
Like,
was
it's just
yeah,
so calm.
that
Like,
yeah, that was Gasly.
yeah,
Oh, that was unfortunate. Again, that puts him bottom of the standings.
yeah, two DNFs.
Dreadful.
One of his own fault, and then it looks like it's swapped around from last year.
Honest,
Stroll was the one that was retiring, and now it's Stroll's the one in the points.
honestly,
Stroll's carrying.
we have spoken a lot of shit about Lance Stroll in the past, but this year he's actually doing quite
Yeah,
well.
everyone spoke a lot of shit about Stroll, but
Yeah, but
yeah, this year,
no more than us on this podcast. We were vicious towards him.
yeah, I mean, with 5 episodes in, I think we've probably already got a lawsuit coming from his lawyer.
No, I retract it. He's doing absolutely stellar this year.
He is.
You know, you sort of expect him to be because it's what his 8th year. Is it his 8th year?
It's 2017 he joined, so yeah, his eighth season.
His 8th season, and he's only now decided to turn up.
Yep, exactly. I bet you Rocket Power Mohawk's also eating his words. After that
No,
video, after that, no, okay, fair. Yeah, he does not care.
no, he stands on business.
Yeah. What should we go into next? We can talk about Oscar's dominance, Lando's breaks. Um, I guess we
But
can go into the Yuki Lawson RB Red Bull.
yeah, I mean the race itself, though, it wasn't a lot happening. To be fair, there was the top three sort of held their own a bit,
Yeah,
you know. Uh, but yeah, other than that, not a lot happened. So it's better to talk about what's going on off track, I think.
yeah. I mean, if we do want to talk about the race just before we go into off track, we did forget to mention Leclerc in the first corner. He hit the curb and it shot him
Oh,
into his teammate, broke off his end plate, and that was.
well, okay. I think we've got two different recollections of what happened there, mate.
Did you not watch it? Do you
I
think
what?
Hamilton went into him?
I think Hamilton didn't check
No.
his mirror and didn't expect Leclerc to be
I
there.
I
Yes, Leclerc bounced off the curb, fair enough. But again,
You
Hamilton
also got
moved
to
across
think
to cover him.
Hamilton was ahead. He was
He
taking
was.
the traditional racing line. Leclerc, you could see Leclerc his car. It wasn't his fault. It was neither one's fault. It was a racing incident. But his car did bounce out violently. I think if Leclerc had actually, if his car hadn't bounced out and given it that massive whack of oversteer, which sent him into Hamilton, I think he would have backed off and gone through there fine. Because Hamilton was ahead. Leclerc could see Hamilton, and the traditional racing line is where you cut off at that late apex. So I
Uh,
don't.
uh,
It's a racing incident,
Harry,
but
it doesn't really matter. Both of them got disqualified at the end anyway.
exactly. But yeah,
Not
Leclerc
wrong.
ran the whole race with a broken front wing,
Hmm.
and
And was actually quite quick as well. It was quicker than
and
Hamilton.
was quicker. Yeah, Hamilton let him go by.
Had to.
So yeah, two weird front wing issues. Well,
Yeah.
one Leclerc's not that much, but Yuki's wing explosion was very odd.
Yeah, that was really upsetting as well.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
Yuki was having a fantastic weekend as well.
He
And it's
was.
just,
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
Hadjar did all right as well.
yeah.
His first
Hadjar's looking really
actual Grand
solid.
Prix start. So,
Yeah, Hadjar was looking solid. I think for once it wasn't Ferrari that messed up a strategy. It was Racing Bulls. They went with the
mm,
two stop. I mean, Ferrari did also go the two stop, but they had justification to. They weren't going to get dropped down any more than they already were.
yeah, well, maybe the two stop probably was a good idea considering the amount of disqualifications from being underweight. So,
Yeah. The thing is, it's weird because Leclerc, obviously, with Leclerc's broken front wing, you can change
Yeah,
obviously damaged parts with identical ones. So it means he was still underweight before that as well.
well, I don't. I think it would have been the tyre wear because they were.
Yeah.
I can't remember. He did a one stop, didn't they? They're both the Ferraris.
No, he did two stops.
Did they?
Yeah, they're both two stopped.
Oh wow, and that is really.
Yeah. Well, Hamilton's was excessive skid plate wear, wasn't it?
Yeah, so he was running too low.
Yeah. And Leclerc was just underweight. But yeah, I mean, the tyres do have a massive impact. That's why you hear on the radio after the race they go pick up rubber because then they're trying to add rubber back onto the tyres from the outside of the track to add weight to the car.
A little fact if you're a new
Yeah,
Formula One fan
exactly.
that's
If
the
you ever
reason
hear
they
pick
do
up
that.
rubber and take it home in the F1 games, that's what it means.
Yeah, that's what they do.
We've only been going 11 minutes and we're nearly at the end of this.
I know, there's not that much to talk about.
Yeah, disqualifications obviously bumped up a few people. You got Ocon. We thought the Hassers were going to be awful this season after the first race, but Ocon now coming fifth. Behrman also is in the points as well.
Who's this we? Who's this we? I have faith in us this
You
year.
did, to be fair, me and Tom.
Yeah. Then again, I also had faith in Alpine, and that's not turning out so well.
Yeah,
They're the only
Gasly
team
also
to not
disqualified.
score any points yet.
Yeah, I mean Gasly would have done, but his car's underweight.
Yeah, so it doesn't count.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, doing needs to sort his stuff out 'cause he's not. Obviously, yeah, the Alpine isn't the quickest car, but he should at least be challenging for points. He should be in there with the Racing Bulls, with Aston, like Gasly is competing for points.
Yeah, but he's a rookie.
Now
You've got to
Haas
give him
obviously.
time.
Yeah, but you say he's a rookie, but Behrman in an obviously slower car went through an absolute charge in the second half of the race. He must have made about 4 or 5 overtakes, and they were solid overtakes as well.
But that is a Ferrari powertrain, not a Renault powertrain.
Yeah, that's
which,
true.
as we know, is dog shit, considering most of China is a straight line.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
So, again, I don't know. I've got hope for him, but so far, I can't say he's done anything stand out. Nothing impressive.
No,
again,
he's been very bang average. Well, below average, I'd say.
Again, today, another reminder. It feels like Antonelli's been driving an F1 for years. It's his second race.
Yeah.
He's just so consistent.
Yeah, no, he is. I do find one thing weird about Antonelli, though. How he got driver of the day.
He got driver of the day?
He did. He started 8th, finished 8th, and got driver of the day.
Wow.
He went very under the radar, even when it was Toto that actually said after the race, like, well done, Antonelli, like, solid race, driver of the day as well. He was like, really?
Yeah,
that's surprising.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah, I would have. Who would you have given it to?
That's a tough one. Like I said, I wouldn't say that anybody was absolutely stand out today. The only person I could probably give it to was Piastri. Dominated. I wouldn't say it was the most visually or most entertaining performance I've ever seen. But yeah, you got to give it to him. He was consistent. He held it off on the first lap. He was under pressure from Norris the whole race. Didn't make a single mistake, and was just quicker by the end of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Piastri or Behrman. Behrman, obviously, massive turnaround from Australia.
Oh, hang on a minute. We've completely disregarded the other Haas.
Yeah.
Ocon did very well.
Yeah, I mean, he had some... Yeah, I mean, where was he before the Racing Bulls pitted? Was he ahead of them? The second time?
Oh, I don't actually know.
He probably had a little bit of luck with the Racing Bulls pitting for a second time. But yeah, I mean, still to come, he was what? Finished 7th. Still really good in that Haas.
Oh, he finished 5th.
No, obviously 7th in the race, then disqualifications push him to 5th.
Oh, yeah, but...
Yeah.
He scored 10 points.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying... Yeah, no, he had a good race. But also, I think Behrman has shown that he can do it. Like, everyone... after that Australia race, crashing twice in practices and then
Yeah, he had a
being
rocky
nowhere in
start,
Australia. A
but
very rocky start, but he's shown that he can do it now. Made 4 or 5 overtakes on very experienced drivers.
Mhm.
He shows why he does deserve that seat, and I think he's coming back and showing what we saw last season in those 2-3 races he stood in for Sainz and in the Haas. So
yeah,
I think he's going to start coming back and he's going to be challenging for those points.
yeah, and obviously double points finish for Haas.
Yeah,
Very, very
massive,
good.
massive.
Um, but yeah, let let's talk about what everyone's kind of noticing and sort of clowning on a bit for. Liam Lawson. He is probably
Oh,
having
Lawson.
Lawson. He is probably having the worst start out of all the rookies.
Yes,
Like,
in the best car out of all the rookies. Well,
yeah,
apart from Antonelli, maybe.
well, yeah, Antonelli's just. I'm sure we can all agree now. He's different gravy. The kid's a prodigy.
Oh, massively. Toto was right.
Yeah, very, very good call. But there's rumors already floating around that he's going to get replaced by Sonoda for the Japanese Grand Prix.
Yeah, which is just ridiculous. Usually, when Red Bull make a swap, it's like 5, 6 rounds in. But
Yeah,
that just shows you how awful Lawson has been. I mean, he's qualified what? P19 in Australia, was it?
no, it
No,
was pit
P.
lane start. I don't know. I think he was 20th, but had a pit lane start anyway.
That was this race. I meant Australia.
No, Australia was pit lane as well.
Oh, was it? Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he
He,
qualified. Must have been like 16th or 17th. No, pit lane start. China
another
sprint
pit lane
race was
start.
P19 or 20, and then the race was P20 pit lane start.
The thing is, if he's qualying bad, okay, but he's not making those positions up.
Exactly. He made a few overtakes, but then again, he should be making overtakes in that Rebel against the
Uh,
Saubers.
yeah, exactly.
Like
Against
he was
Salvers.
just at the back of the pack fighting the Saubers, which he shouldn't be. Yes, okay, he's a rookie. He's not going to be as quick as Verstappen. He should be fighting in that. He probably should be fighting that pack of.
He should be in the points.
He should be in the points, but he should be fighting the Williams, the Astons, that kind of group.
Yeah.
I understand like he shouldn't be up there fighting the likes of his teammate of the Mercedes, of Ferrari and stuff, but he should be battling for those like seventh, eighth, and ninths at least. It's just yeah, he needs to either sort his shit out or Red Bull need to ditch him.
Yeah, I mean, as bad, he is having a terrible start. We can all sort of agree to that. But it sort of begs the question is why didn't they put Sonoda in that seat to begin with? I don't know how much proof there is behind these rumors that he's going to get that seat for the probably for the rest of the season, but I know
Mm.
he was being backed by Honda and now he isn't. So he ditched his management at the start of the year and has got a new manager. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it.
Mm.
I don't know if that's now Red Bull have gone, oh, okay, he's no longer a Honda driver. He's now fully committed as a Red Bull driver. And then that's all they needed. And then they can push him
Yeah,
up.
I think
But
if
I'm
that is the
also,
case,
if that is the case, then
I'd
brilliant.
love to see Snowden
He
in that Red Bull.
get him in that seat. However, it also scares me because I'm starting to wonder, is it the car? Is that car now just such a fine-tuned machine for Max Verstappen that nobody else can use it?
Mm.
Because Lawson in the Racing Bull last year wasn't awful. He was better than Ricardo, and
Oh yeah,
Ricardo's a very experienced driver.
yeah,
Perez, though, was a very experienced driver and was struggling in that Red Bull.
yeah. I just think
He,
the
he
Red
was
Bull.
getting, he was quicker than Perez in that Racing Bull.
Yeah, I just think that the Red Bull is yeah, okay, they have tuned it to what Max prefers. Max prefers a much more sensitive car to like ping it into corners and stuff.
Really,
But
really heavy front end.
yeah, I think that Red Bull is just such a different car, like driving style wise, than any other car on the grid.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine if you put Lawson in a Mercedes, in a Ferrari, in a McLaren, he'd probably be quicker because it is not as dialed and sensitive as that Red Bull. Obviously, I'm not saying he would do better because who knows, but I don't think he'd be coming P90 and P20. I just think that car is just so much of a handful, especially for a rookie. Like, yeah, okay, Perez was experienced, but
At least Perez was occasionally running in the points and not
exactly,
qualifying dead last.
exactly. Perez won a few races, and
Well,
you say Ricardo
a few
wasn't
years
great.
ago.
Yeah, you say Ricardo wasn't great, but Ricardo was putting up. He was doing equally as well as Verstappen in that Red Bull when he was at Red Bull.
Yeah, but I feel like that was a very different situation because that was basically you've got two very competent drivers of that team.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
then when he left, they had no one really experienced enough to replace him, hence why Gasly went in and got battered away, and
Then Albon.
then Albon, which held his own, fair enough, but they didn't really have much of a choice.
Yeah,
But Albon's said many times that that car just got, the more he was in it, just as he was getting used to it, an upgrade would come in and make it more snappy at the front,
yeah,
more and more in tune for Verstappen.
hmm
And it has
exactly.
been, what, 5 years since Albon was driving at Red Bull?
Yeah, exactly. They need to, but the thing is for Red Bull, they need to move away from making it a Verstappen machine because Verstappen isn't going to be there.
Exactly.
He wants out.
Well, there's already rumors of him going to Mercedes next
Yeah,
year.
well, but the idea was that Toto would never speak to Verstappen when Hamilton was there. As soon as Hamilton left, oh cool, I'll give him
Well,
a call.
I am I'm a bit mixed on that because okay, Red Max Verstappen in a Mercedes reckon that'll do all right, but they've just signed Kimi and George Russell is fucking killing it recently.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
But I don't understand why you'd get rid of either of those. You've got
No,
a very strong lineup,
yeah,
and George Russell has proven, yeah, he's good. Get him a car and he'll win
no, 100%.
because he's fighting those McLarens the
Yeah,
best he fucking can.
exactly.
So far he's the only one that's even coming close to McLaren.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So why get rid of him?
That's the thing. They have to see how the season go. This season goes. If Russell keeps up there with McLaren and puts a fight in, if they drop him and put Verstappen in that car, they probably made a mistake.
Well, no, I don't think signing Verstappen would be a mistake regardless.
No, but they
Like,
would have lost
but
another. To be fair, for Mercedes, it's a women's situation. You have a four-time world champion in the car or a really competent driver.
mm,
Like either way, Mercedes are going to be fine.
yeah, I'd say the only problem with getting Verstappen in that Mercedes is that car is not going to be suited to Verstappen anymore.
No,
I'm sure he'll do fine,
yeah,
but looking back historically, when he prioritized the driver, he wasn't winning races. You know what I
mm.
mean?
Yeah, yeah,
That
no,
when the
definitely,
car wasn't suited to his driving style, he wasn't winning races.
yeah. But no, I mean,
But
I would love to see. We need to get Yuki in that Red Bull, see what he can do. Because I mean, even he tested in Abu Dhabi, didn't he? And he wasn't that far off.
he was quicker than Perez, a
He's
lot
quicker
quicker
than
than Perez.
Perez, not that far off Verstappen's times.
No,
Um,
I think they need to look for a driver in their academy that drives similar to Max Verstappen instead of just getting one that's quick. They've got to look at actual on track data and compare the two.
yeah, but this is the thing: if Verstappen isn't going to be there, say next year, year after, they need to start looking for a new number one driver. And now Yuki isn't with Honda; he's not partnered with Honda. He's still
Yeah,
proven very solid. Yuki could be that one. Yeah, get him in the car for this season. Yeah, okay, it's going to be Verstappen's car still, but start slowly making the modifications to make it more of a Yuki car. Then if Verstappen goes, Yuki's in that seat, number one driver. Because
yeah,
realistically, if they put Yuki in that car now, all of Verstappen's previous teammates Back to Ricardo, they've all been yes men. They've all been, yeah, cool, I'm the number 2 driver, I don't care. Verstappen can go on and win it, I'll just be in the background, picking up points here and there.
Yeah, you know Yuki's going to go in with a fucking point to prove.
Yeah, Yuki's going to go in there, and he's not going to take no shit, which I think Red Bull need, and Verstappen needs. Verstappen needs a kick up in the arse from a teammate, and he needs a bit of teammate rivalry.
Yeah, I think it would be a win-win. But again, if Verstappen is going to go anywhere, I don't know why you'd go to Mercedes. Because they've only just figured their car out, and it's the last year of these regulations. Maybe.
Yeah.
There's obviously rumours floating around that the regulations are going to be extended and V12s and V10s are going to be brought back in.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That would be great, but we know these
But
regulations aren't going to get extended.
yeah, it's time for a new set of regs. We've had these cars for what, 4 years?
Well, I don't mind them keeping the regs and extending them, because from what we've read about the 26 car, it's not exactly quick. You're like, they've made a car that's very complicated aerodynamically, but have forgotten to make it quick.
It might not be as quick, but if the racing's better, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how well. So yeah, the cars need to be quick. They can't be going 20 miles an hour around the circuit. But
well, that's the thing, that when
if they're still going at like 180, 190 mile an hour, but the racing is good, what's the problem there?
Well, the problem is that when they ran the simulations last year, they were slower than F2 cars. Considerably.
Yeah, okay, that's not good. Yeah, okay, that is strange. I didn't know that. Fair enough.
Yeah. They were like, they couldn't push them full power on the straights, otherwise they'd just literally just spin out and fishtail.
Nice.
So, I don't know. I do think the 26 regs are a step in the right direction. Smaller, lighter cars, but the whole added, was it Z and X modes for the front and rear wing instead of DRS?
Yeah, I do like the little front wing, like DRS type style thing. I think that's quite cool.
Good idea, but
yeah, they need
to
to execute it well. Yeah,
I don't understand what difference it would make anyway. If
well, it's just a bit of extra.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna make a massive difference, because then you've got the wheels directly behind it. So don't get me wrong, I'm no aero specialist or anything, but the difference isn't going to be massive.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's only going to be used down the straights, isn't it? So.
It depends how low they run them to the ground as well. They might raise the cars a bit, and then that'll actually have some use.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we tangent off there.
We have tangented hard.
Yeah, that was started with Yuki and Lawson swapping. We've gone on to 26 cars and X modes and X wings and Star Wars.
Hey, we need to drag this podcast out somehow. We haven't got the man that likes to argue and disagree with us all the time.
Exactly, yeah. We haven't got our chief technical managed to make notes on things I didn't even see. He's like, those really like good people at English Lit when like the teacher says, like, reads a quote like the dress is red, and like it's like, so what did we get from this? And everyone goes like, it's a red dress, but they go, no, it's about love and all this. He's like that.
No, you're giving him too much credit. He just likes to bicker and argue, and he'll come up with any point that he sees fit.
Yeah, so he's good at English. Well, he's not. He failed English, but.
No, I was going to say, he's got 2 GCSEs. Let's calm down.
All right, 2. Give him this 1. Sorry, Tom. We just exposed you there, mate, but I don't think you care.
No, he doesn't. We're all in the same position. We're all doing this podcast. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We.
Oh yeah.
Different educations, but all in the same place. I work with a cunt, so. Another thing that happened. I don't know why I'm saying this so joyously. Eddie Jordan.
Oh my god! You could have done that way better. Christ, yes.
It just reminded me. It popped in my head. I didn't. Let me rephrase it. Let me do it again.
Let's rewind that. Sorry, everybody.
So another deeply saddening thing that happened this week. Eddie Jordan. Eddie Jordan died.
Moment of silence there for Eddie Jordan.
You should have said. I interrupted that then.
Well, that's the whole point of a moment of silence.
Yeah, you didn't mention you were going to do it, so I just thought you had just stopped.
Okay. Yes, of course, we lost the great Eddie Jordan this week.
Yeah.
I think he'd been suffering from an illness for quite a long time. He's quite open about it.
Yeah.
But it took him quite quickly, which I suppose is a good thing for all. The way you're laughing, that's a good thing. She's doesn't have to suffer.
No, I know, but we said good thing for Raw. It's like people are gonna be happy he died.
All right, Harry, let's not. He's already dancing on the grave of Eddie
No,
Jordan,
no, I'm
and
not.
the body's not even cold.
No, he's an absolute legend. He had
Yep,
that Irish anthem blaring out when his team won.
it's fantastic.
It was.
But yeah, he's
Yes.
lost, unfortunately. But I don't know. It's not. We probably could have done that a bit more tactfully, but
Definitely,
yeah,
but I mean, to be fair, I don't really know too much about him. Like yeah,
yeah,
obviously
we were a bit too young.
we were a bit too young. Like we started watching. Well, you started watching F1 what 2006, 7?
Yeah, 2005 was my first series
Yeah,
that I
I
was
was.
able to remember.
Yeah, I think 2007, 2008. Oh no, no, yeah, it'd be 2005, 2006. I remember Schumacher racing.
Mm.
So yeah, he was a bit before our time. Obviously, we know he had a massive impact on the sport.
Yep.
Um,
Obviously, the Jordan is the Aston Martin today.
yeah.
So they ran a special, not a livery for say. They ran the Jordan emblem on their car,
Oh,
and
did they? Oh, I didn't see that.
yeah,
Oh, nice. Oh, well.
as a sort of a tribute to him.
Yeah, it just shows you how much we saw the Aston Martin in the race.
Well, yes, it's nice of them to put the tribute on. It's a shame nobody saw it.
Yeah. Right,
Um,
didn't Jordan give Schumacher his?
yeah, his
Yeah,
first
well, it was. Yeah,
first
Jordan.
F1 drive.
That's 7 Up Jordan, wasn't
Yeah, with Tic Tac,
it?
1992 Belgium Grand Prix.
Yeah, he found an absolute legend of the
Abs-
sport there. Brought him in.
Absolute gem, and then lost him to Benetton the year later.
Yep, and he got a world championship out of it. So,
Woo!
God,
Well,
we
94,
really
but
don't know what else to say. Do we? We're half an hour in, and we are really pulling at strings.
only half an hour. Yeah, how have we gone back into Schumacher days? Oh
We are
Christ! Well, that's
32
just
minutes
so.
in.
It's sort of. It wasn't a very exciting weekend. Not a lot happened on this race, unfortunately.
No, it was.
We've
Yeah.
had Lawson underperforming. We had Hadjar did surprisingly okay. Yuki was going to do all right, and then his front wing disintegrated. You know, Piastri was in first the whole time. Norris was in second the whole time. George Russell was in third the whole
Well,
time.
actually, Albon did lead for a few laps
Yeah, that was. I
on
read
his
it.
birthday.
Yeah. What was the? Oh, I saw a stat. That was the first time that Williams have led a Grand Prix in about 20 years.
Really? Not even for like a lap.
No, that's bullshit because Maldonado won.
I was gonna say that was
Uh,
what 13 years ago.
yeah,
It's 2012. I'm sure, like, when in that 20 like 16, 17 realm, they would have led a race at some point from pit stops
maybe. But that was the first time that they've led a Grand Prix in a long
in a
time.
good
Then
while. Yeah,
I'm pulling just stats out my ass at that point.
yeah, we're pulling everything out of our ass at the minute, mate. I can't lie. Well, I guess we could talk about the fancy.
I was hoping you'd start on that. However, I don't think it's been finalised yet due to all the
Is it still
disqualifications. So I
not? Is it
can't.
still not sorted?
It's still calculating.
Nice, because everyone's is going to go heavily down. Because I
Mine before the disqualifications was absolutely cracker.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it's come through.
Uh,
We're not looking good.
has it come through?
Oh, I believe so. Yeah.
That's sound if it has, because I've still got.
Oh yeah, I'm fucked.
What did you go down to?
I'm
Oh,
133 points. Tom has overtaken me. That
71 points for the Chinese Grand Prix.
that's really bad.
That is rough. I still got 124.
Ferrari. See, my
Oh, when I
so
checked it last, Sonoda had -3 points. He's now got 6.
Yeah,
Doing
Ferrari.
got 11 points somehow as well.
Yeah, Ferrari kind of fucked me up. So my two constructors, Alpine and Ferrari, not done well.
No.
Gasly, not done well. But Ocon's got me 24 points.
Oh, yeah.
Russell's got me 70, and Sainz have actually got me 8. So
Nice.
71 points this weekend for me, but that is not
Yeah.
enough.
No.
Because Tom's gone Piastri, Verstappen. That's alone is just cracking. And then you've obviously stormed away.
Yeah, 124 points. Norris gave me 82. Behrman gave me 20.
Yep, that puts you on a total of 290.
290.
So just this weekend alone, Harry, you're 124 points. I'm only 9 ahead of you. I mean, 9 behind you. What the fuck? I'm confused. Never mind. 2 weekends, I've got 133 points. 1 weekend, you've got 124.
Yep.
I'm not doing well.
Well, Australia, I got more points than you that you've got the whole time. So.
Yes. It's not looking well.
It's a Norris crutch, mate.
But good news is, I've got some transfers I can do.
Same. I was going to make some for this race actually, but I forgot. I'm not even going to say I didn't. I thought about it strategically. I just forgot. What else can we talk about? Because we are really clutching at straws here.
Really?
What's what
Alexander
other news?
Albon. No, I'm trying to redo this. I need to get a good constructor on it.
Well, talk about it. Talk about it as you're going through.
So I've taken signs off.
Okay.
Albon's gone on.
Yep.
Gaz, I need to add a constructor, man. Williams is going on as a constructor. Then I need a
Okay.
driver for 1.6 mil, and I can't get any driver for 1.6
No,
mil.
that's not going to happen.
So what I'm going to have to do is, so I've got McLaren Williams.
Mm-hmm.
God, this is hard. Really hard.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to create a new team. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm just try again.
Yeah. To be fair, 100 million. You think, 100 million for what? 7 people, easy. It's a lot harder than you think.
Yeah, man, I'm struggling. Right,
Because realistically,
George Russell.
the drivers that are going to get the most points are the ones that finish in those podium positions, and they're gonna like obviously 1 point, one championship point gives you a point in fantasy. So you want those higher finishing team higher finishing drivers, but you also got to think about what drivers may qualify lower but can make overtakes in the race because overtakes give you a point each as well. So you got to think about drivers who are good at overtaking, who will start lower down, or make up positions.
Okay, I've gone for a risky one.
Go on.
It's my second team now.
Okay.
George Russell,
Yep, like it.
Alex Albon,
Like it.
my boy Yuki,
Of course.
Haji Adjar.
Oh, gone for a double racing ball. Okay.
I have Nico Hulkenberg,
Yep, solid.
McLaren,
Oh,
and Williams.
that's a solid fantasy. That's not risky. That's very safe. I like that.
I can't take George Russell off there because he's the only man to score me points.
Yeah, Russell will. He's very consistent unless
Al
you look at
Albon's on
Singapore.
fire.
Yep.
Yuki, I've got the most confidence in it. Okay, maybe not the most confidence, but I like him.
And if you think about it, if you keep Yuki in the team, if he goes to Red Bull and starts and does well at Red Bull, more points there. You haven't even had to
Yep.
waste it.
Yep. And Hulkenberg so far has not let anyone down. And this is
No,
solid
he's been
choice.
very consistent. He's been way outperforming that stake.
Select a driver for a DRS boost. You know that's going to be George Russell.
Yeah, it was never in doubt really. Yeah, apologies that you can't see any of the fantasy changes we're making or anything, but
Yeah, because we're doing it on the app because online is awful.
there's that as well, and we're just not good enough at editing to be able to swap between stuff that easily. Hopefully in the months to come, as we get more comfortable with the world of podcasts, we will make a bit a bit more of an effort with the visuals. But at the moment, we're just trying to get episodes out there and just see what happens. Really.
Yeah. Okay, I fucked around with my previous team.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So the team, I don't know if it's more fair if I just stick to the team I've got. I think that might make more sense. And then you can sort of work around your transfer window and stuff. Um, that's literally the best I can do. Okay, so I've got a little bit left over,
Oh.
but I've got 3.6 million left over.
Okay.
But
Now.
I've got Sonoda still,
Yeah.
Ocon,
Nice.
Gasly and Russell still.
Okay.
Sub signs out for Albon.
Yeah.
Uh, and then both constructors gone. So I've now got Haas and Mercedes.
Oh.
Because again,
Okay.
If Haas keep doing what they're doing,
Yeah. If Haas keep performing, that might be a little like underrated pick there.
I don't know what these I don't know what these ships do.
You get like, I think there's a wild card one. You can completely change your team. You get unlimited transfers. One of them gives you triple DRS points. So one week your DRS boosted person will get you triple points instead of double. Um, yeah, there's loads of little things like that you can choose.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll carry on actually talking instead of just focusing on fantasy that they can't see or hear.
Yeah. Done. It's done.
Sorted. I do have one thing to go back to in the race, actually, that we forgot to mention.
Please.
Um, Obviously, Doohan and Hajar having a pretty good battle near the end of that race.
Yeah.
But do you think Doohan's defence was a bit too much? Do you think he was going too far?
Yeah. I think it came across a little bit more as desperation
Yeah.
rather than anything else.
Mm,
Like he really wanted to try and hold on to something that just wasn't there.
yeah. Obviously, he got his 10-second penalty for forcing Hajar off the track, which is completely fair. I honestly think he should have got a penalty as well for literally the next lap on the same corner. He
Mm.
moved way too late. Luckily, Hajar's got some ridiculous reactions, as you saw from obviously his F2 Monaco save, which is just nuts. Um, but yeah, there's a few times that do, and I think he moved way too late. And yeah, it was, as you say, I think a bit of a desperation just to keep ahead of a rookie, which in the end meant jack shit because he was going to be sent behind him anyway because of this penalty. He probably could have. Well, actually, I don't think he did. He come behind, finish behind Lawson due to his penalty, or
Who did? Sorry.
Doohan. Yeah, so Doohan
Yeah,
actually
he did.
he finished behind Lawson. I think if he'd let Hajar go and stayed with him, he could have
Yeah,
probably stayed ahead of Lawson.
but that again comes with experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's not got that sort of race strategy planned out. You
Yeah.
see it all the time.
Then
Like
again,
if
he should have his engineers saying to him, like, look, you've got a 10-second penalty. Hajar is quicker. Let's try. Let's let Hajar through. Keep with him. You've got. He's a rookie. The engineers have got to help him as much. His race engineers have got to help him as much as he can.
Mhm.
Which I don't think. I didn't even hear a team radio come up about saying like him telling Doohan he's got a 10-second penalty.
Yeah.
It's like, I think Martin Brundle did mention he's like, does he even know he's got a 10-second penalty?
Yeah, because you wouldn't try the same shit again if you knew you did.
Exactly.
Um, sorry, just an interesting stat that's come up.
Oh, okay. We like interesting stats.
The 2025 Chinese Grand Prix marks only the second time in history two teenagers have scored in the same race.
Really?
Yeah, do you know when the first one was?
No clue.
Monza 2017, Lance P7, Max P10.
Oh, mad.
Both when they were little toddlers.
Little boys. So who was it this race? It's obviously Behrman and...
Antonelli.
Oh, of course, Antonelli, yeah. Little
Yeah,
pipsqueaks.
boy.
That's
Yeah.
terrifying that they're... Just so everyone's aware, we're all 23 in this podcast.
Yeah.
And it is just terrifying that two 18-year-olds are
19.
driving 19-year-olds, whatever.
19 and 18. Come on.
Okay, two teenagers are driving F1 cars and making millions. And we're sat here talking about them.
Yeah. While not making any money whatsoever. So please, if you do feel like donating to a Patreon that we will eventually set up, it would be much appreciated. You'll get no benefits because
Well, no,
we're too stupid to figure out how all of that's going to work.
yeah, but I mean, a Patreon isn't going to happen for a good while.
No, we need a logo first, Harry.
Yeah, it's in the works, man. I don't see you trying to sort anything out, so
No, you don't.
exactly, it's in the works, but we're getting way too ahead of ourselves. We're only 5 episodes in, having never really done this before.
Again, just for all your clarification, we're doing this just for a bit of fun.
Yeah,
We always end up talking about the races afterwards, and this is exactly how the conversations go. So we thought, why not just record it and see
exactly.
how it
It
turns
is
out?
literally what you're hearing now is exactly the same thing that will be said in private.
Yeah, near enough anyway.
Close enough, yeah. There'd probably be a bit more harsh language used in private, but
I don't know. I could get harsh if you want me to. If you ask me nicely.
what are you gonna get harsh about at this race? There's fuck all happened.
That's exactly. Not a great race. Bit boring. We've tried our best. Probably not good enough, but
No, I mean we've made it to we're 50 minutes in pretty much, so I think that's probably enough. We've
yeah,
been absolutely waffling for the past half an hour.
I'll say we've spoken about a lot of things.
A lot of things,
So
but probably
that was
not
the
very
other
well.
thing I was going to talk about when we were
Oh,
talking about Max Verstappen going to Mercedes. I
go on.
remember it. George Russell has been seen speaking with Flavio Briatore.
Oh yes, yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
If George Russell thinks that, okay, maybe I will get replaced at Mercedes. I don't know why, because I'm fantastic and I'm handsome and sexy and I'm doing a really good job in this Mercedes. You know, I'm scoring points and podiums every single race so far. I'm doing really well. But if they do feel like they want to replace me for Max Verstappen, I know where I'm going to go. Anywhere but Alpine. Why
well,
the
they're gonna have
fuck
a
do you
Mercedes
go
engine
Alpine?
next year.
So what?
I don't know.
Alpine is like look, I have a soft spot for Alpine. I don't know why.
You
I
just
just
love the
do.
French.
Okay. No. I have a
You
soft
do.
spot for them.
You love the French.
They always have a driver that I like. You know, like they had
Yeah.
Alonso, and that was great. And then they had, and then now I've got Gasly and Doohan, which I both like. Right.
One of them being French. We said this last
One of them,
podcast. You said this last podcast. You secretly love the French.
I do secretly love the French, but that's not why I like Alpine. Alpine is the most mismanaged, just absolute mess of a
Oh
team.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
Right?
it is.
They have gone through staff left, right, and centre, and
Yeah.
then hired probably the most unqualified people to replace them. Flavio Briatore is a consultant for the team, right? He is not team principal. Why he gets to make these decisions is beyond me, right? Leave that for Ollie Oakes, who, by the way, is actually really good. Best hire they've made. I just don't understand that. I mean, they've got rid of the Renault engine. They've decided, yeah, fuck it, scrap it. It's dog shit, and it will always be dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe next year we'll see how they are with a competent engine. But why on earth would you even take that chance?
Yeah, I don't know.
They have not been a title-winning team since they
Yeah.
were Renault in 2005 and 2006.
Yeah.
They have not been a top-performing team. It's like going. It's honestly, it's the same sort of delusion as I'm going to go to Ferrari and win a world title. It's that level of delusion.
Yeah, but then again, there's been a few drivers that have done that, and it's worked for them a treat. You
Yes,
had,
but
for instance, Hamilton going to
yeah,
Mercedes when
yeah, but
when he went to
Alpine isn't going to be one
work.
of them.
Yeah, but when he went to Merck, everyone was like, "What the fuck's he doing? Like, why has he gone from a championship like race winning car to the car that's like not even getting points?" A year later,
Oh,
world champion.
yeah, I know, but
I'm not saying it'd be the same. It probably won't because I
it
mean,
won't.
Mercedes were still fairly new. They'd only been in there what 3 years, and
Yeah,
Alpine have been here since God knows when, years now.
well, it's
So
Team Enstone, isn't it? So they've
yeah,
been Benetton.
bit of everything.
Yeah, it ain't going to happen.
No,
So
if he
if
goes
he's
to
even,
Alpine, it will be probably a career ender for him.
yeah,
Unfortunately, which he's in his
that's,
prime now.
I guarantee you, if they do get rid of, or if Max does leave Red Bull, go to go to Red Bull. Even if it's on a 1 year, go to Red Bull and then try and get in at Aston Martin. That is the best
I was going
chance.
to say, oh yeah, an Aston seat would be solid for him. I can
Uh,
honestly
And
see Verstappen going to Aston because Newey's there.
yeah, it's all over the place, really, isn't it?
It's going
We
to be
don't
another
really know
silly
what's going to
season,
happen.
realistically, which I'm all
Yeah,
for. I love the silly season. Coming into this season, I was just every single day, every week there was a new like rumor of someone going somewhere or someone actually moving teams. I was like, oh my god,
I know you're
this is
frothing at the
incredible.
bit. Remember.
It was absolutely sexual.
But yeah, on
Anyway,
that note, I think we've literally covered everything from the past week.
yeah, I think
We
we've
will.
waffled way too much.
There's not obviously next week is not a Grand Prix weekend, but we will still hopefully try and find something to talk about.
Yeah, we'll try and find something to talk about for an hour. If it's not an hour, apologies, but we're not very good at coming up with content yet.
No, because we're quite boring.
Yeah. Anyway,
On that note,
on
catch
that
you next
note,
time.
yeah, see you in a bit.